Thank you very much, Professor Cohen. Indeed, thank you for inviting us to participate. I do want to emphasize that these are not World Bank success stories. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we have helped cities in the region to have successful outcomes. But before I start, I do want to say that our approach to urban development has been changing. One of the things that we do now is try to use an integrated spatial and institutional approach to urban development, where we do urban reviews and we try to bring together these factors of livable cities, environment, transport, and all of these things. And recently, in both Indonesia and Vietnam, we have completed urban reviews, and I'll talk a bit more about that later. Let me start with two examples from Indonesia. Indonesia is actually the most urbanized country in developing East Asia. Urbanization is now 54% in Indonesia. And we have two examples of some things that we have been helping Indonesia with. On the social side, we have been helping through our national program for community empowerment in urban areas. And this is essentially a community-based approach to urban poverty. And since 1999, we have reached 11,000 urban wards and 22 million beneficiaries in Indonesia. We've helped build roads, we've helped build drains, we've helped rehabilitate houses, and we've helped rehabilitate health facilities. And indeed, this approach, which is called PNPM, was also used in the reconstruction of Aceh following the awful tsunami in 2004. We also help on the infrastructure side, and we've recently approved a loan for what we call JEDI, which is the Jakarta Emerging Dredging Initiative, which is going to help the city dredge some 11 floodways to help prevent the floods which periodically plague Jakarta. Now, let me turn to Vietnam for a minute. When we did the urban review for Vietnam, we were very inspired by the remarks of Deputy Prime Minister Nguyen Sinh Hung, who said, Vietnam will have only one chance to get urbanization right. If we fail at urbanization, we will fail at industrialization and modernization. So as a lower income and rapidly urbanizing countries, one of our big lessons from Vietnam comes in the area of slum upgrading. And what Vietnam has been doing with our help is really creating a diversified supply of housing to meet the needs of slum dwellers. Now, this could be various income segments. We're working not only, of course, on slum dwellers, but on livable cities for all. But Vietnam has taken approaches of using small contractors, of rehabilitating existing houses, of updating infrastructure. Another challenge we're working with Vietnam cities on is transport. And I was interested to hear, of course, this is a big problem in India. We've benefited some 700,000 people in urban upgrading projects in Vietnam that have addressed not only transport issues, but also roads, sewage, and electricity. And when we did the integrated urban review, it helped contributed to policy dialogue on a range of issues that affect cities, issues such as urban transport, freight, land use, land markets, urban planning, and of course, it helps Vietnam channel the international assistance that it gets. Now let me turn to China. China is another rapidly industrializing country, of course, and we've been very happy over the years to have assisted China in thinking about urban issues. We have a particularly strong partnership with Shanghai. Since 1980, we've done some 6 projects with Shanghai to help develop urban infrastructure, focusing on wastewater management, water supply, and solid waste management. And this has gone beyond infrastructure. We've also helped the city look at implementing wastewater tariffs and upgrading their tunneling technology. Let me turn to the Philippines. I was recently in the Philippines, and I saw a very successful project we've been doing on water supply and wastewater in the Philippines. This is a public-private partnership between the city of Manila, and it's serving some 100,000 people with improved wastewater and, of course, clean water, which is so important. But let me close by saying we're also very happy to be partnering here in Singapore, where we've set up a hub, a global hub, that can help bring the experience that Singapore has had on a range of issues. Urban planning and urban development is one of them, but also on public-private partnerships and on infrastructure. And we're hoping to use our hub here, partnering with the government of Singapore, to help exchange some of the lessons among countries in the region and between the region and other countries in the world. Thank you.